Good evening, Washington, DC, Facebook, Instagram, everybody who is watching. My name is Earl Rush, and I'm the host of Straight Up Talk with Earl Rush. I guess you figured that out. Sorry for the videos. I've been making a lot of mistakes today, so I guess people think I've been smoking, but I haven't. Hope you got the message that this interview starts at 7:30. This evening, I have the honor and the privilege of interviewing my play daughter, Yoii Moore from Baltimore. It's going to be pretty interesting. So thank you guys for tuning in. And I want to see if I can catch up with Yoii right quick. Yoii, are you there?
Hey.
I'm sorry I messed up on the interview, and I'm not even smoking. I don't know what's going on with me, but
It's okay. Hi, Papa. How are you?
It's not okay because I worked hard on that video. Anyway, okay, let's get straight to the point because I know you're busy and everyone who was watching is busy. So we're going to get straight to the point. First of all, what is your heritage and where are you from?
Okay, I am Colombian from Cali, Colombia. And I was born there, but I was raised in New York.
Okay, so when did you move from Cali to New York City?
I was about 3 years old, and I resided in New York till I was about maybe 25 years old.
Okay, all right. Okay, so what are some of the things that you did for fun as a little girl growing up in New York?
Well, growing up in New York, as a good New Yorker, you have to be a good hip hop dancer, I guess. Everybody in New York used to like just share that when I was younger. And I actually was involved in the dance scene as a urban dancer, hip hop dancer. And it was just my thing since I was a little girl.
Okay. All right. Hip hop thing, huh? Okay. So, Yoii, can you hear me? All right. She's gone out, but she'll be right back in. There's no reason for me to panic. I hate when this kind of stuff happens. But it's on the internet, so what can you say? So Yoii was doing hip hop when she was a young girl. When she comes back, we'll find out what she did after that. Coming up tomorrow, Straight Up Talk with Earl Rush will be Watson St. Sween. Hey. Okay. I guess she had a bad internet connection. Bear with me, folks. I'm sure she will be back or she will call me and something will tell me what's going on. I guess a lot of you guys are wondering how did Yoii become to be my play daughter? That's a good question. No, I know the answer, but we'll wait for her to come back. Hopefully she'll come back. Hello?
Hi.
What happened?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Okay, no problem. Things happen on the internet, Those things
Yes.
happen. And
Well,
if I freeze out, you keep talking. You cover for me. If you freeze
I
out,
got
I'll cover
you.
for you. Okay.
I got
'Cause
you. I got you.
a lot of times people panic. Okay.
I
Okay.
know.
All right. So you got into hip hop. What age were you when you got into hip hop?
Oh my gosh. I was in junior high school.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, obviously she has a bad internet connection, but hopefully it won't happen again when she comes back. But I'm not going to panic. I'm going to keep my cool, and hopefully she will come back on. Okay. So as I said earlier, coming up tomorrow on Straight Up Talk with Earl Rush will be Watson St. Sween from Philadelphia. And on Thursday, we have the pre-Latin Grammy edition of Straight Up Talk with Earl Rush with my special guest, Kathy Friedman. And that's going to be very interesting as well. Okay, there goes Yoii. She'll be back. She's going to have to get a better internet connection the next time I do an interview with her. Anyway, Yoii is a beautiful young lady, has a great heart. She loves to dance. I think she's coming back in again. Oh, no, it's not funny because people are laughing at me.
I don't know what's going on with my internet. Is it me or is it? I don't know.
It'd be you. It'd be you. But because of the internet, I can't be mad with you. And I hope viewers don't get mad with me because it's not my
I
fault.
love you.
I'm just sitting up here trying to cover for you. And they're like, look, Earl, we want to see we don't want to see your old ass, okay?
Okay.
Right. Okay, let's get through this quick because we don't ever know when your interviews
I know.
or not. Okay. So we're doing hip hop. What else did you do when you were a young girl? You did hip hop dancing and what else?
I did ballet for a while as well. It was all like a big passion for the dance scene. Later, actually, my first salsa ever class was with Eddie Torres when he used to teach before the socials up in Club Broadway in the Upper Manhattan area, and it was too far for me because I used to live in Queens at that time. So my mom would take me, and then I actually try to look for something that was salsa in Queens, and that's how I ended up in the Colombian scene. And I started working there, and I learned from two amazing instructors, Tito and Enrique. They were from Estampas Negras in New York.
Okay.
And I learned Colombian salsa there.
Okay. All right. I see you do your little Colombian moves. That's pretty good. So what made you how were you in high school? Were you good in school, Yoii? Were you smart? Were you good with the books?
Yes. Actually, I was very good in math and history. Those were like my high grades. I was pretty, a little bit more than average, maybe. I was a good student. As a teen, I had a lot of responsibilities. I had younger brothers, so my mom kind of like it was like the typical Latino that everybody has responsibilities, but I had to kind of like help a lot with my brothers, so I kind of matured a little faster than my other friends.
Okay. All right. Responsibilities. Okay. All right. Sounds good. So after you lived in New York, is that when you moved to Baltimore, or did you move to Baltimore or did you move somewhere else after living in New York?
Yeah, I lived in also Florida for a while. I also lived in Canada. I speak French. I speak fluent French and Spanish and
Oh,
English.
okay.
A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know it, and so that's good because I try to find out something different about each person that I interview. So I learned something new about you. I speak a little French myself, but
Oui, oh, tu parles français. Je vais parler avec toi la prochaine fois.
my strength in French is counting. All I know how to do is count. On the trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, eight, work these. 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17,
Awesome.
18. Okay, all
Oh,
I can do is count. I took French in elementary
good.
school.
Hey, hey, that's
But
good.
enough, but enough about me. This interview is all about Yoii Moore. Okay, all right. So, where did you live before you moved to Baltimore? Because you love Baltimore. So where did
Well,
you live
before
before you
I
moved?
love Baltimore. Actually, I have a really beautiful testimony about Baltimore because I don't know if a lot of people know, but I am a mom of four. I have four beautiful girls, and I was married for a very long time, for 16
Mhm.
years. And
Okay.
when I got my divorce, I tried to dedicate myself some time for me. So I went back to Colombia, and I stayed there 2 years. And
Mhm.
I actually got certified as a dancer there. I'm certified dancer. I can teach and certify as well.
Okay.
Um, I learned a lot in that area, and kind of like it wasn't to take it upon as a career, but it was just something that I enjoyed so much.
Okay.
So I kind of like did it just to just nurture myself, something that I've always wanted to do. And then I came back here, and the reason why I came back here was because God put it in my heart to come to Baltimore. I never even knew about Baltimore. It was like
Okay.
nothing. And when I came here, it was like I knew nobody, nobody, nobody. And I remember I was looking for work and stuff like that, getting orientated and everything. And then I met Enrique from the Latin Palace.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. And he
Mhm.
was like, I told him, I'm a teacher. He's like, okay, let me see. And then he gave me the shot, and I started teaching there.
Mhm.
I actually taught for Enrique maybe about 3 years.
Okay.
Um, that was a lot. And then on that road, I actually met Nice and Alexandra, and
Okay.
they were fantastic. They have always been a very good role model of what I wanted to do and wanted to be like. They're very respectful. I also met a lot of leaders in the Baltimore community,
Okay.
um, like Kaya, Tabitha,
Mhm.
Sentimiento.
Mhm.
Um, I met a lot of people, and I was very like I don't know if it's like if like I have like this grace that I just got along with everybody, and it was pretty cool.
All right. So, I'm like everyone knows I'm your play dad. So I'm gonna give you some advice right now. Stop saying on the interview. Okay. Stop that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So what made you get into dancing in the first place, Yoey? When you were young, what made you want to become a dancer?
Well, actually, it started really funny because when I started getting into dance, it was because I liked it. And I remember like all the dance movies and all that stuff, especially like, going back, like breaking, Shabadoo and all that stuff. My brother is also a dancer. He was a part of Zulu Nation break dancers. So he would break dance with Crazy Legs in that era and all that
Okay.
stuff. Yeah. So he was like pretty high up in there in the break dancing. So it was kind of like my mom likes to dance. She's all the salsa Colombian.
Okay.
So we had kind of like the musical thing inside our family. And like later on, when I was like I think when I was like 23, I went into the gym normally because I've always liked to take care of myself. I've always been a healthy person, like, don't drink, don't smoke, exercise, eat properly. And I was going to the gym, and then one of the ladies said that she saw me dancing, and she's like, "Oh, you should give a class here." And I was like, "No, I don't think so." And
All right.
then she's like, "Just try it." And then I was like, "Okay," and that was it. Ever
Okay.
since
All
then,
right.
I started teaching.
Okay. So how long have you actually been teaching?
Oh my goodness, I've been teaching. Whew, well, maybe about like 18 years.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you look fabulous for a mother of four. When I found out you had four children, I was like, unbelievable. So what do you do to stay in shape?
Well, I always get asked that question, and I hardly ever answer it because it's kind of like it's kind of like a routine that I do. But I do connect my mind and my physical part in the sense of like I'm very spiritual. And one of the things that I do for my physical body, like my, my shape, is I do a lot of Pilates, a lot
Okay.
of Pilates, a lot. Actually, I was an instructor as well in Canada for Pilates. Um, I think it's just the best. And holding up your posture. My mom used to always say, never sit. My mom used to say, never sit on your back, sit on your butt. Because a lot of people sit like this, and you're supposed to
Okay.
sit like this.
Okay. Okay.
You
All
have
right.
to sit like that. And then once your posture is up, your whole
Okay.
body is going to just, position
Well,
itself.
I got that. That may be good for your back, but sitting, whether you sit on your butt or your back, that's not going to keep you in shape. But so
But it helps. Keeping your posture helps a lot, believe it or not. It's very good.
okay. So when you taught at the Latin Palace, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did you teach Cali style or did you teach on one over there?
I taught on one.
Okay.
The reason why I taught on one was because I wanted to focus in on what people wanted to do more as for fun and social wise,
Right.
versus show. The difference between Colombian style is that in Colombia, it could be danced as a normal social routine
Right.
dance.
Uh-huh.
But in other countries, like on one was more social, more known, more, like it
Okay.
was something that was like done all the time. So, and I just focused on that, and it actually went pretty well.
Okay. Now I know when people say all the time, that's a habit. You got to break that habit on this interview. Okay. Okay. You got to be mentally strong and break that habit. That
You
I,
you
I can't
always have to come up with this, Papa.
I,
Ah,
I can't hear. I can't go through an interview and be hearing the whole interview. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, so you talk. I've seen you dance Colombian style, but I want to know. Can you
explain.
when they do that Cali style, they do those flips and everything. You're small, so I would imagine. Can you do all of that as well? The flips and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, acrobatic. That's acrobatic salsa, Caléna style.
Uh-huh.
The difference between actually, I want to, now that you went that way, I just want to explain to a lot of people that ask me that. What's the difference between Colombian and on one or on two?
Uh-huh.
The difference between Colombian is that on some steps we put a cha-cha and the 3
Okay.
and the 7.
Uh-huh.
So it's like on our count, on our 3 and on our 7, there's a cha-cha. So
Okay.
it's not a cha-cha-cha, it's a cha-cha. So it's like,
Okay.
cha,
All
right?
right.
So it makes it look, well, it is faster because you need a lot of footwork for that. But
Right.
that's basically what it highlights their fast footwork.
Okay. Okay. All right. That sounds good. So I had you on the interview with Salsa Now with Alex and Neeson, and I put you on the spot, and we kind of laughed it off. But I don't mean to, but I'm going to put you on the spot again.
Okay.
What? And I want you to be straight to you.
Okay.
Don't worry about anyone getting upset with you. Which,
Okay.
which scene do you find to be the friendlier between Baltimore and DC?
You are putting me in the spot. Okay. Um, as for me,
Right.
I am gonna say one, but I have two things that I want to highlight.
Okay.
Um, my family, my support,
Uh-huh.
um, the people that have from day, like I guess from day one have always got my back is Salsa Now, Baltimore.
Uh-huh.
That's like, I really love my Baltimore people. I'd
Right.
like to say that it's my home, but who opened the door for me as a dancer in the DMV was DC.
Okay. All right. Well, I already know the answer to that question. The Baltimore scene is definitely more friendlier than the DC scene. I don't care if anybody gets mad at me. I know you're tiptoeing because you don't want to alienate anyone. You don't want your DC friends to look at
Yeah,
you and say, "Oh, don't come over here from Baltimore if you think that they're friendly, but they are friendlier."
right.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I like both scenes, but I have to. I must say that the key, or I guess the door that opened for me in the DMV, and I started to get known, was when my Papa Bear, Earl Rush, adopted me, opened doors for me, and also just I guess, like, again, like I said, I'm a very spiritual person. I guess the grace and the humbleness that you might have. In every situation, whether it's work or friends, because I've
Mhm.
gotten a lot of friends from this scene,
Okay.
people who I adore, like
Okay.
you,
Yeah.
and who have actually become my family. Like, I just feel like family is not blood; it's who you make, that comes in your life, that
Okay.
becomes your family.
All right. Well, you're doing better with the ums too, so that's good. At least you're
Okay.
listening to that. So,
Okay.
so how did you and I meet? Do you
Um,
remember?
we met at Salsa Fridays, JJ spot, when it was where was it? At that corner spot, remember?
Okay. All right.
Yeah. We met
Okay.
there and I performed. It was actually JJ, actually, now that we're talking about that, JJ was the one that, like, I told him about. Look, I was like, JJ, I have a solo, I want to really get out there. And he's like, hey, you want to do this? Let's do this, perform it in my place. And I was like, hey, let's go. And yeah,
Okay.
JJ was very important to me. He's actually somebody that is very dear to me. I love him very much. He's an amazing man. I respect him very much, and
Mhm.
he also opened many doors for me, many times. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I think DC welcomed me very much.
Okay. So I see that I am growing in a bit because I have a huge ego, and normally I would be pissed because you said JJ spot. Were you aware that I throw
Yes,
that in bit
it's
with
you.
JJ?
Yes, it was.
So
Yes, of course,
it would have
of
been
course.
better for you to say you and JJ spot instead of JJ spot. Yeah.
I mean, like,
People,
at that moment,
people war.
I didn't know you. Remember?
Okay. All right. It's all good. It's all
But I
good.
knew that I knew afterward that it was only you two, and
Oh, okay.
afterward.
All
But at
right.
that
Okay.
moment when he had invited me, he was like, just come out. I was like, yeah, cool, and that's how I got
Okay.
there.
So I want you to tell the people when we did the party at the Washington Monument, and I did not have a dance floor, and I'm like, we had to have some kind of dance floor for the
Yeah,
performance.
I think that's the day that I won your heart.
That's the day I
I think that's
decided.
the day that you
Yeah,
said, Yoii, I love that girl. Well, it
because
turned out that
you
you
bought
needed a
you,
dance
you
floor.
bought this big floor. You put it on the top of your car, and you drove all the way down Baltimore Washington Parkway. And I said, anybody that's going to do something like that, she has got to be all right. I loved it. You had this big old floor. You had your daughters help you. And by the way, your daughters are fabulous. And tell them
Oh,
that I said hello and asked about them.
I
Okay.
will.
All
I
right.
will.
So, all right, we're in Baltimore. We love Baltimore. Baltimore's very nice. It is, I talked to Alex and Denise and I told them it doesn't seem like the ladies like me over there, but they are very friendly over there for sure. Baltimore's definitely a friendly town. So,
Oh,
do you have a favorite dancer in the scene?
oh my
In the game?
goodness, I do.
And who's that? Not the
I do.
scene,
And
not
is he
the
gonna watch
scene, in
this?
the
Is he
game.
gonna watch this, Papa? Yes, I do. I have somebody that I think he's my favorite dancer, and it's Frankie Martinez.
Oh, okay.
He probably doesn't even know. But yeah, I think he's amazing. I think he's been somebody that I always go check out his videos and
Right.
try to do his, his different moves. He's so sweet and smooth, and I think that's my favorite dancer.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. There are thousands and thousands of ladies whose favorite dancer is Frankie Martinez. So you're definitely not alone when it comes to that. That's for sure.
I think he's amazing. I think he's just amazing in everything. I mean, like, he's just a powerhouse. I love him.
That he is. Okay, so I've been getting hit up on my DM all day. People asking me, want me to ask the $1 million question. Now, on my interviews, I try not to do drama, and my private life is my private life. So I never get into people's personal private lives. But I gotta ask you, inquiring mind and dancers and all the thirsty guys out here want to know: are you single? Are you taken?
Well, right now I am focused on working and myself, and I am single. I am single.
Okay.
I think my number one priority right now is myself and my kids, and my career. I want to expand myself in learning a lot, and for the moment, I want to stay like that, single.
Okay. Okay. So you are single. So there is hope for the guys out here who got a thing for you. Okay.
Well,
All right.
yeah,
Okay.
you can say, yeah.
There is hope. Okay.
There's
All
hope.
right. So what is it when you're out on the social scene, whether you're in Baltimore or DC? What do you look for in a dancer? What makes you say, I want to dance with that guy?
Security, security, 100%. I like to dance with somebody that I feel secure in. Like, from the moment we come together as a partner work, or just joining in for a dance, I have to feel that he is a strong lead. Security.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I love your videos and I love your pictures. You put some, I always text you in your DM and say, yo, those pictures are a little bit too, a little bit risque. And you're like, oh, Papa, I'm trying to win this modeling thing and
Yeah.
nobody wants to see me all, but I'm like, yo, because
Yeah.
some of your pictures are like,
Well, I know. I mean, actually, I've been I've always been pretty subtle with my pictures. I did modeling since I was little. At the age of 14, I actually went in for Miss Teen New York. And I didn't finish it because my mom had gone into a car accident. So basically, that didn't go through. But I did graduate from Passerella Modeling Agency, and I did also contempo models as well in New York City. And then I did a lot of modeling, runway, and photo work. So that's why, like, I like to do it as well now. I think beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and if you see yourself beautiful no matter what, or what age, or what your size is, or whatever, I think that's what people always see, because it starts with you.
okay. All right. That's a good answer. Okay. That sounds good. Okay. All right. So you've been modeling for a long time, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. So there's certain people in the scene who just love you. They just love you.
Yes.
And it seems like you have a special relationship with Frederick Salsa and
Yes.
Sylvia from Salsa with
Salsa
Sylvia,
Sylvia, yes.
and of course Salsa Now. Alex and Neeson love you, and my girl Medusa Jennifer, who we go
Oh,
way back.
I love
She
her.
loves you. Okay, so everyone who loves you are very good friends with me as well. So
Oh,
I can understand why they do. That's a great thing, you know. When I first kind of met you, I was like, she's too bubbly. She's too happy. She's just like always positive, positive. So I was like, you know, I don't like that. But it's natural. You really are naturally happy, and you really are a natural positive person. So I got over that, and I saw through that, and I said, Earl, you know, don't be an ass. Just because you were always negative, Ned, doesn't mean everybody else got to be that way. So
exactly. You need a lot. You need a little light.
I appreciate the fact that you're positive and things like that. That's
Oh, I
good.
love
That's
you.
good. So
You're an amazing man.
I know you had a couple of bachata dances I've seen on video recently.
Yeah.
Is that one of your partners right now? And what is his name?
Oh no. Well, I've done a lot of collabs. I don't have a partner
Okay.
right now. I do. I don't want to let it go so fast. Or I don't want to say it because I don't want to jinx it. But I am working with somebody,
Okay.
and we're looking into doing something strong in the bachata
Mhm.
scene. So we're just starting right now. I'm kind of like keeping it on a
Down
quiet,
low.
quiet intro, and keeping it until it's ready. But I am learning. I think this quarantine, like I've always danced bachata. Actually, just recently I performed for the Dallas Bachata Festival with
Okay.
Jorge Elozondo, which he's
Okay.
an amazing person. Actually, one of my first bachata classes was like 9 years ago with him.
Okay.
So it was an honor that he called me and he was like, "Yo, you want to perform?" I was like, "Wow, one of my first bachata classes, and now he's telling me to perform." So that was pretty cool. That was neat.
Okay.
And right now I've done a lot of collabs with colleagues from Salsa Sylvia and other friends as well that are bachata dancers. But I am focusing in being very versatile in the dance scene. Like I just don't want to be a salsa dancer. I want to be a dancer in every field. I want to
Okay.
be a strong dancer in every field, and having the benefit of being a Colombian salsa dancer gives me strong footwork. So I'm pretty good to learn any type of dances, and I'm a very good follower. So I try to just like make myself grow as a dancer every day as possible, as much as I can actually.
Okay. That sounds good. That sounds good. Well, because you do dance Colombian style salsa and on one and on two. I was just wondering, someone had to show you how to do that sensual bachata stuff because you do it very well. There had to be someone who gave you the ropes on that because you can be a natural follower, but someone still has to let you know what to do as far as doing that.
Yes. Well, I do follow a lot of Sara Panero. I love her style. Actually, when I met Jorge Elizondo from the Bachata Dallas about 9 years ago. Actually,
Okay.
he was the one that he was like, "Well, you should, look into this, look into that." And she's pretty good. She's a good follower and all this stuff. So, and I started looking into all that bachata scene, and I actually focused on her. Her body type is very similar to mine,
Uh-huh.
and she does a lot of like breakdance moves with her arms. So I'm pretty good with the breakdancing.
Okay. Okay.
And so I kind of like follow her. I think she's my number one strain for that.
Okay. So when did you first think you had the goods to start a dance troupe? You've had several dance troupes. How did that come about?
Yeah. I took the step to grow into. It was pretty funny because I took it upon myself that I wanted to put people that never danced in their lives on a stage. So the thing that
Right.
people don't know is that the groups that I have put on stage, they've never danced before, ever.
Okay.
Like they learned baby steps. It was from kindergarten to putting them on the stage. And there's this little mini Melissa, my oh my God, that's my baby, my heart. I had Melissa since she was 4 years old. I've been
Okay.
training her, and now she's 10. And with this corona and COVID and all that stuff, everybody got kind of backed up because Melly was fired up. I mean, like,
Yeah.
she wanted to go to the summit, she wanted to do all this stuff. I was working with a lot of friends and instructors, powerhouses in Colombia, that they were training her at the same time. So this child was like the sky gravity. So a lot of the people that I train, I always like to take that challenge and take somebody that knows absolutely nothing and just teach them from the beginning.
Well, there's a good side of that, because if they don't know anything, you don't have to break them from the bad habits that they might have learned. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Shout out to my girl Bomar.
Maji.
Yeah, she's
Maji, that's my sister. Maji. I love her. She's my baby girl. I love that woman. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. I like her too. She's real pretty.
She's amazing. Oh my gosh, she's an amazing soul. That woman is like, wow. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Okay. So you last summer, I believe, yes, you were doing work with the Colombian Embassy. You were teaching classes there. I'm like, how the hell did Yoii get that job? How did you get that come about?
I don't know. I actually last year to me was towards after June. I just started getting like gigs, like random gigs, just people like I got called from Under Armour corporate. I got called from the Goodwill corporate. I got called from the Marines. I got called from this cruise line. I forgot the name, but I just started getting like these big gigs, and I don't know how I got recommended, but from that, somebody saw one of my videos. I think it was the one in Under Armour, I believe, and the person that saw it works in the Colombian Embassy. So she was like, "You think we can do this?" And I was like, "Sure. You want to try it? Let's try it." So we did it as a trial. Okay. And for the trial, we had like, I believe it was like 7 people just for the trial. And I'm including like people that work there. So it was just the trial, the first class. So then, but it was so fun that the ambassador from Colombia, he was there, like, like, this is like a really important man. This is like the second person, like the second president in Colombia. There's only one embassy in the world. There's a lot of concepts, I think, but there's only one embassy. So he's the ambassador, right? So he was like super cool with me, and he's like, "Yoii, I like you. You know what? We're gonna do this." And then I was like, "Okay, let's do this." Second class that we had 70 people. Okay. Third class, we had like 130 people. Wow. And it was just growing and growing and growing. And then COVID came, and then everything just got like stopped. And I was actually invited to give the president's office a salsa class. Okay. All right. So it was really fun, but it got canceled because of COVID. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put you on the spot again. Okay. Earl. And this has nothing to do with the scene or anything. It's just what do you have a preference as far as dancing on one or on two? Why did I know that you were going to say that? Okay, I'm going to be honest. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I started when I was a little girl, my first baby dance steps on two. I learned later to domain my on one, and I stuck to my on one.
Okay.
Later, when I was here in Baltimore, actually one of my first like getting back into the on two lessons was actually with Brandon from Sentimiento, and Leo. They were there and they were like talking to me. They're like, okay, it's like this and like that. And I was like, what? Repeat it. Come on, let's do it. Repeat it. I got so passionate about it, and then I just started getting good, and just like I was like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And then then obviously I met Earl Rush, and then Earl Rush just kind of like just clicked it in my head, like tick 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 tick. Ever since, I'm not gonna lie to you, I love my Colombian dance, and I love my own one. But now I feel salsa on two, and it's my favorite.
Okay. So you do some work with some kids. Tell me about that. Tell me about that.
So a lot of people don't know that I've always worked with MedStar for the autistic children program. So what I do is that I give them classes. It's like a therapy, and I get them from the beginning. And the good thing is that you kind of like become this person's like partner and long-term partner. So like they have to get adapted to you. You can't change, or like it's like 1 week one teacher and another one, so you kind of marry the person that you're teaching. And I teach autistic children how to dance bachata and salsa, and it's just an amazing joy. I love it. I love working to try to like crane into someone's mind, and until it clicks. I have right now I have 5 students that each individual is different. And I just kind of like try to figure them out, and then once I figure them out, they're just like amazing. And it's just, to me, it's very gratifying. I feel like I just I conquered somebody's mind, and I connected, and I've had the privilege to see their parents like looking. Sometimes I go to their houses and give them privates, and their parents are looking from the kitchen, and they're crying, girl. Like they're crying. They're like, Yoii, I've never seen my son, or I never seen my daughter do this and this and that and that. That to me is like, I think there's nothing in the world that can give me a better value or pay or whatever.
Right. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. I know. Yeah. That's kind of touching. Let's move on, because I don't want to start crying on you. Okay. Definitely. So, how did you feel when I told you, Yoii, I need you to come down to the perform on the Washington Mall?
Oh my God!
How did you feel about that?
I was like, what? I was like, Papa, are you serious? And you were like, yes. I was like, oh my God, I was so excited. I think that to me, that day was so exciting, Earl. It was like, I don't know. I felt so amazing. It was packed. It was like, I can't even calculate how many people were there. Maybe about like 2,000 people, maybe. I don't know.
No. There weren't 2,000. I know how many.
Oh my goodness. There was a lot of people. Oh, stop it. Yeah.
It wasn't 2,000.
Oh my God. There was a lot of people.
I counted everybody that was in there. It wasn't 2,000. It was about 1,345.
The whole waterfront on this side was full, and the whole thing on this side was full, and the whole thing it was crazy. It was a lot of people, Earl. Jesus.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. How can I say this? You look beautiful in all of your pictures and all your photos.
Thank you.
Do you do your makeup? And if so, who taught you how to do your makeup? Because, I mean, your makeup jobs are fabulous.
Please.
I'm not trying to say that you don't look pretty without makeup, but your makeup is immaculate.
You've seen me without makeup. You've seen me without makeup.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm asking you.
I think my makeup, I try to keep it very earthy, kind of like natural. I don't go too overboard. I just highlight, kind of like frame my face. Like maybe I just do my mascara, my eyebrows, and very soft, subtle, nothing too harsh. Unless I'm gonna perform, then I'll do the strong makeup.
Right.
And how did I learn it? When I was in Canada, I was a beautician. I'm actually, people don't know this. Ooh. I was a hairdresser for about 10 years, and then I was a barber for 4 years.
Okay. Well, that's why I have you here. I want you to tell us some things that we don't know about you.
Okay. So I was a hairdresser, and then I was a barber for 4 years in one of the best Montreal barber shops. It was incredibly known, and I got trained by amazing Italian barbers. So I got good with the blade and that.
Okay. All
So,
right.
and as for women, I used to always do sweet 16s, quinceañeros, weddings. So I'm very good. That's why, like, everybody asks me, "Oh my God, your hair!" Every time I post videos or something like that, they're
Right.
like, "Yoii, your hair looks amazing," and I'm like, "Well, because I know how to do it."
Okay. Yeah. Me encanta tu pelo. Mhm.
Gracias.
That's beautiful. That's a
Thank you.
beautiful thing. Okay. So, do I have anything that I want to cover? Do you have anything that you want to add that people don't know about you?
Let me see. Well, I do like to add to all this questionnaire that the dancing as a single mom of four girls has been like the spark and joy of my life. Kind of like, because I have a regular mom. I'm a regular mom. I work. I
Right.
have another job as well.
Mhm.
So you know, as a working mom, I have my kids. They're in school. They're growing. Two are out already in college, and I have two small ones. And I have my ordinary life and routine going on. So when I go to my classes to teach, or when I'm in a social, that's like my time. So I appreciate a lot of the dancing, and I want to commend all the teachers and all the instructors and social event promoters that are out there, because it does make me a better person. It's my therapy. I say it's my therapy.
Right.
Um, it's there's so many. I just want to say, well, let's start with salsa now. Frederick Salsa, just you, JJ, all the DJs from Bachata, Saul. I got Emerson, and shout out to TSR, and all these people that are like out there,
And
doing their
don't
thing.
forget about your boy DJ Mambo Soul.
Oh my gosh. Hello. Of course, Lorenzo and DJ Mambo Soul and DJ Dola. Oh my God. And all these people out there doing socials and stuff are just, to me, like you see a social as a social, everybody comes together, but everybody has their own world, and it means a lot to me. And right now I just want to say to one special person, I want to say thank you to Salsa Sylvia, to Sylvia, exactly, to be precise. She's an amazing woman, amazing friend, somebody that I just recently got together with, as partnering in teaching and stuff like that. And I just, like I said in the beginning of this interview, I think God has given me like a beautiful grace, and I have been blessed with being able to link with everybody in a peaceful way. And I've had people that maybe they don't know me in the beginning, and they might not like me, but once they know me, they
Right.
just love me. And I just feel very, very happy and grateful to everybody that has opened doors for me, especially my Papa Bear. I love you. Um, you know, just that, it
Well,
makes me very happy.
well, for the people who don't know you and don't like you, That's what we call haters. Because if anyone know you, got to know you, there's no way that they could hate on you. But
Right. Right.
that's what, that's how that goes. But
Right.
I think we've covered everything. Most of the guys wanted to only know whether you're single or not. We covered that about 20 minutes.
Okay, let's see. Is there any questions in the thingy? Oh my god. She's so good to put.
You see any questions?
So cute. Okay, question.
I see
Oh,
comments, but I don't see any questions. I can't do
okay.
more than at one time.
Cool, cool. No questions. Anybody got questions? Eh. I remember
Okay.
the day I met you. It was like that day that I performed with that yellow dress. Actually, Tabitha. Tabitha was powerhouse that day. She supported me on that first round. She was great. She
Yeah,
was helping me backstage with my dresses and everything. Shout out to Tabitha.
yeah. Yeah,
Um, yeah,
She's a good person, but Tabitha's crazy.
she's fun. She's
She's
fun.
cool. She's cool. She's
She's
cool.
cool.
Cool
Yeah.
crazy. That's what I mean. I don't mean anything negative. Cool
No,
crazy.
she's cool.
You know.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get ready to wrap this up, Joey, but I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you cook? And if you do cook, what is your favorite dish? I'm not trying to be like Barbara Walters when she says, if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be? But do you cook and what is your favorite dish?
Yes, I cook. I think that I am a very, very, very good chef. I've been, like I said back in the beginning, since I was a little girl, I've been helping my mom with my brothers. I actually raised five of my brothers. So I was a mom to my brothers and then a mom to my kids. So I actually have 9 kids. And I
Oh,
have one adopted kid that's my daughter's best friend that I've raised him since he was 5 years old. So I have
okay.
10 kids.
All right.
So yes, I have to be an excellent cook. Yes.
Okay.
I cook, and my favorite dish
Uh-huh.
is salmon and vegetables.
Okay. Salmon and vegetables. Yeah. Okay. I can do that. And while I have you here, I just wanted to talk to you because when we got into a little tiff over Messenger, when I was saying that little Melly, she's grown, she's too grown, you were calling me and like, don't say that on Facebook, Papa. Her mother doesn't like it, and I don't like it either. And we had a little tiff. We didn't talk for about a couple of weeks. I didn't mean anything by it. It's
Oh
just
no.
that
I
the
mean, I
young
know you. I know you didn't mean anything by it, but the thing is that I know what had happened. The thing is that since her mom doesn't know a lot of English, when they pressed on the translation thing, it kind of like switched the whole thing up, and it sounded totally off. And I was like, oh my god, take it off.
yeah. I mean, I just meant that she was mature,
Yeah,
very
no,
mature.
she's amazing. I mean, like she does these shines that I'm like, where did you come from? It's like,
When she performed at the Bethesda Country Club, she
yeah.
just took the man of the stage, and I'm like, look at this little
She
girl
tore it
here.
apart. She tore it apart. I was literally in tears watching her. She was doing the Celia Cruz, there, and like she was doing the mambo moves. I was like with her little feathers.
Right, right.
And we got that done because we did that dress in Colombia. We had it done. Most of all my dresses, I get kind of like half done in Colombia, and then I beat them up here,
Uh-huh.
or I
Okay.
fix them up here, or I do something different here. So all of my costumes are actually like original. I don't take it from anybody or copy or anything like that. I do them on my own. So that particular costume was like so cute because she looked like one of those how should I say, what are those birds with the big uh feathers in the back with the big tail, colorful
Oh,
tails? What's it called? What's the name of those birds?
I don't know. I'm not going to try to act like I know.
Oh my god, I want to say it in Spanish. Un pavo real. Like, with the thing on the back. She looked gorgeous, and then she had her little feathers on her head, and she just ripped it. I mean, like, I remember that night there were like a lot of other kids there as well.
Uh-huh.
So when she saw that, she
Yeah.
hold she held my hand, and she was like, I'm nervous. And I was like, don't be, you got this, and then when the kids came up, and then she went, and oh my god, it was just like when she
Yeah.
came out, she was just like, so
Yeah.
strong. She was like, I was like, "Are you ready for the summit?" And then she's like, "Yeah, I'm ready." I was like, "Let's do this."
There were a lot of talented kids on that stage.
Yeah,
Blanca,
there were.
Blanca, Blanca Flores had her kids on there.
Yep,
You know,
Blanca, her kids, very talented. Yeah,
she had,
Melly was a little intimidated, and then when she performed, she just threw it all out there, and even they were saying, "Wow, she's so she's so little," and she was like ripping the stage.
okay, yeah. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. Yoie, we're going to wrap this up. I,
Okay.
I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your hectic schedule to spend time with me with my little show.
No, thank
I
you.
appreciate it so much. I enjoyed myself. I did not like you saying all the time, but it's a habit that what people say. I got it. But it was a
Okay.
beautiful interview. Thank you
Oh,
so much
thank
for
you.
taking the time out. And I guess I'll see you. Well, I don't go out nowhere.
I
So,
know. I know, Earl.
maybe later when the COVID is over and, it's safe for me, an old man, to go out. I can't wait till that comes through and we get to dance again.
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking the time out, and we're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. I love you so much. Have a good night. Thank you for everybody that was watching. Sending big love, big hugs, and I'll see you soon. Hopefully after COVID on the dancing.
All right. Okay, yo. See you later, honey.
Love you.
All
Bye.
right.